Welcome everyone, guys. I'm Fausto Carnevale, Italian accountant, and in this quick video live, we will talk about the Impatriate Regime 2024. I decided to do this live because I did a similar thing last year in 2023, how to apply for the Impatriate Regime. As you may know, in this year, things have changed. The Impatriate Regime is still valid in Italy, but there are different things to see. And in this video, we'll summarize in 5-10 minutes all the main points. I will try to do one live per week, and the live, the YouTube live, of course, like this, is one way for you to ask us all the questions that you have about the Impatriate regime, the Forfait regime, and all the tax regime that you might want to be involved in Italy. When I talk about tax regime, not only I speak about Impatriate regime, Forfait regime, but also if you want to invest to Italy. For instance, we replied to one client. He is from the States and he wants to buy a house and rent the house via Airbnb. This is another way that we can help you. But let's get straight to the point. So Italy changes for the Impatriate regime 2024. Now, the Impatriate regime, in this live, I will talk about as a independent, as a freelance. So the first thing that we need to keep in mind is that if you work as independent, and for instance, you have a company in another country, a company, a limited responsibility company, and you want to apply for the Impatriate regime, the Impatriate regime is not a company. It's not your Italian company. It won't be you with an Italian company, but it will be you as a simple VAT number. So we can say that you will be basically a freelance with a VAT number. And when you will do the declaration, so this is the first things to know. Nobody said this, but how to apply for the Impatriate regime. So you don't apply. You get an accountant, you start to do the invoices, and then when you do the tax return at the end of the year, you tick the box Impatriate regime. Now, so be aware that even if you moved from in December 2023, you already opened the VAT, you can still go back with all the rules, which is great. And I invite you to watch the previous live that I did for the 2023 rules. Now is the things has changed, but because we have a relief of 50% up to a limit of 600,000 euro. What does it mean? It means that basically either if you move to south or to north of Italy, you will be taxed about on top of the 50% of your net profit, not on your invoices, all invoiced. Okay, so you will basically we as accountant we do revenues minus cost, and then we get 50%, and excuse me, on top of this 50%, we will calculate the IRPEF, which is the tax brackets depending on top of your, of course, revenue. To make you an example, if you earn a net profit of 100,000 euro, you will be taxed on 50,000 euro. And on top of 50,000 euro, imagine that you are a IT consultant, you will pay more or less. I talk also about social contribution. So if we consider social contribution plus taxes, you will pay more or less 25,000 euro. So if you take then the whole profit of 100,000 euro, you pay more or less 25%, which is still very, very good because guys, Italy is not a tax heaven. It's not Dubai. Otherwise, if you want to pay zero, you can go to Dubai. But if you want to stay in Europe, or if you want to move to Europe, because let's tell the truth, the quality of life, maybe it's higher in Italy or here where I am in Belgium. I don't know if you see, but today is quite a sunny day here in Belgium as well. So consider that, okay, you can pay zero taxes, but this is a good regime as well. Consider that in Portugal you cannot use the NHR regime anymore. In Albania you don't have anymore the 0% rate, so it's quite good. Now 50%. Okay, what you need to do also to apply for this regime? The worker was not tax resident in Italy for 3 years preceding the transfer. The worker wants to stay tax resident in the state for at least 5 years. Okay. The activity in Italy should be in respect of a new work relationship with an entity different entity, and the activity must be performed for the greater part of the year in Italy. Okay, and what another thing is that you have to also be a high qualified work. So what does it mean? That you have to have a degree, and they have to be in possession of certain qualifications. What if you are Italian? If you were Italian, of course, maybe you're not watching this video in English, but remember that Italian citizens returning to Italy are required to have been enrolled on the Anagrafe degli Italiani Residenti all'Estero, including those who may not be registered on the IRE because they have their residence in another country under a double taxation treaty. So those are the new rules. Consider that if you earn less than 85,000 euro, the best tax regime is not this, but is the Forfait Regime. And I will invite you also to have a look on the Forfait Regime, because maybe it can be a good way to move to Italy if you are a freelance, if you are a tax consultant, or sorry, a consultant, a lawyer, you work for a company. Even if if you are also a tax consultant, not in Italy, you don't know, you can move and work online. If you are a YouTuber, if you have an online business, of course, then there we need to analyze the VAT. But again, we can help you as an accounting firm, because we have an accounting office in Italy for more than 30 years now. So I travel a lot between Italy and Brussels to help my clients. So if you want to contact us, the way to do it is you can book a preliminary call via the link that you will find in the description. And if you have some questions, feel free also to write us here in the comment, and you can also text us at info@esentaxa.com. Until next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your staying in Italy.